All right, hi everybody. Just want to do a quick update on the drag truck here. Was looking at the lifters, plan on pulling the lifters out of this thing and switching them over to something a little bit different. These are Comp and Durex lifters and don't necessarily trust them. So the intent here was to switch them over and was going to try to do this in the truck. Well, that didn't necessarily work so well. Was pulling the valve covers off. Already had the intake off of it, and was pulling the valve covers off. And I knew better, but I had more than one of these little stainless valve cover bolts in my hand at one time, and I dropped one down into the crankcase. I heard it. I thought maybe you might get lucky and it would catch on something towards the top that I could get to. It went all the way to the bottom. It made it through the passageway there and all the way to the bottom. Well, the problem with this is there is a windage tray in this pan that is really close to the crankshaft. So I can't just leave it, and I need to get it out of there because I think the rods are going to come around and hit it. So decided to pull the engine out of it to get to it, get the pan off. I probably could have pulled the pan off in chassis, but screw it, just pulled it out. Made a huge, gigantic mess. You know, normally I could pull this thing out of here in under an hour by myself, no problems. Well, took a few different approaches at it this time, and now I got half a gallon of transmission fluid on the ground. So it's a goddamn mess here. But now I'll get it up, get it in the air, and get the pan off of it, pull that valve cover bolt out. A lot of work for nothing. I could have easily just pulled the intake valve covers, rocker arms, all that stuff, and swapped the lifters out without having to do that. But Butterfingers here dropped the bolt, and now the engine's out. So still haven't decided what lifters I'm going to go with. Still considering Iskies, Morales, and BAM lifters. One of the three. It's going to be one of the three. I thought maybe just getting the intake off, get the old lifters out, check them and stuff, might give me some motivation to figure out which ones I wanted to go with. But still haven't decided. So I did find one bad lifter on the number 4 intake side of things when I pulled it all apart, and well, we won't be able to tell with looking at it, but basically there's one chewy roller. I can feel it when I roll it with my fingers. But yeah, these are Comp and Durex, and there's maybe 25 passes on these things, and well, maybe more than 25 passes, but probably no less than 500 street miles on them. And I'll say 30 to 50 passes on them at the strip. And I've already rebuilt 3 of them. This is the 4th one. I'm not going to mess with it. It's just not worth messing around. So we're going to put a real set of lifters in it. And so that's the deal with them. The springs on this thing are 275 at seat pressure and like 765 open. They're pack springs. So, I mean, they're not overly high, but enough that I need a real set of lifters in this thing. Something a little bit better than the Comp and Durex. Apparently, these lifters, used to be made in the United States, and years ago they switched to China, I believe. Somebody said they were made in China. Now they're sourcing them from China, and I think since then they've kind of taken a dive on the quality. So I have some older Durex lifters. This is like my third or fourth set, and I've never had this problem with the other ones. These ones I've had issues with. I bought these probably somewhere around 2017, 16, somewhere in there. And then somewhere in between I'll say 2014 and 2017, they sourced them from somewhere else. So they're just not the best of quality. But, so, yeah, not to belabor this too much, but that's the deal here. Around, pull the motor out. Now I can pull the pan off and put this thing back together. We're nearing the end of March here. I'm getting a little bit nervous trying to have this thing done for 6 summer. I have a lot of work to do yet. So that's that. That's the update on the lifter deal. Thanks for watching.